I believe that when nomadic peoples saw the people of these agricultural civilizations eating noodles, or rather consuming plant crops like wheat seeds, they must have found it unimaginable, even downright disgusting. Mongolian nomads primarily relied on meat from sheep, horses, cattle, etc., and dairy products, cheese, yogurt, fermented mare's milk, etc. Vegetables and grains traditionally made up a very small portion of their diet. They regarded vegetables as goat food, grass, or fodder for animals, and found it repulsive and lowly that farmers would eat plants growing in the dirt, often fertilized with manure. They viewed eating grass, plants, as animal behavior, not proper human food. Mongolians placed greater value on red food, meat, and white food, dairy, and held a cultural sense of superiority over farming-based diets. Even after conquering agricultural regions, they often had the conquered farmers or Han Chinese provide grain, such as millet, while striving to maintain their own nomadic dietary habits. Nomadic peoples prized freedom, mobility, and martial strength, regarding settled farming as weakness and the drudgery of being tied to the land. Similar attitudes can be seen among other nomadic groups, such as the Xiongnu, Turks, and Scythians. They frequently mocked or despised settled farmers for rooting themselves in the soil like plants and for eating dirty crops. Both nomadic literature and the historical records of agricultural civilizations, such as official Chinese histories, often document this mutual cultural contempt. Nomads saw farmers as weak, while farmers saw nomads as barbaric. Nomads ate meat and drank fermented milk, enduring hunger and cold with ease. Agricultural peoples ate noodles, grains, and other starches. When they saw the Han Chinese or other farming peoples consuming large amounts of noodles, steamed buns, and wheat products, they likely felt it was strange or pitiful, because growing wheat on the steppe was extremely difficult, and they believed it diminished human dignity. Those who bury wheat seeds in the soil, irrigate them with manure, grind them into flour, and turn them into noodles and steamed buns, are surrendering their bodies to the earth. Like plants, they are fixed to the same patch of land, day after day chewing on the corpses of grass. They think this is civilization. In reality, it is degeneration. People who eat a pure meat diet consume vibrant life force, the muscles that once ran, flowing blood, and rich fat. That is the true food of the strong. Real food keeps a person agile, fierce, and clear-minded, rather than softened by a mass of carbohydrates, with a foggy brain and a heavy body, like a serf bound to the land. Look at those agricultural civilizations. They invented all kinds of refined noodles, sweets, and starch bombs, making themselves plump, stable, and easily satisfied. They think they are advanced, but they have simply chosen the cheapest, most addictive placebo. They have rooted themselves so deeply in the soil that they have forgotten humans were meant to be free-roaming predators. A pure meat diet means choosing to stand at a higher position in the food chain. Pure meat eaters refuse to turn their stomachs into fermentation vats that slowly break down plant fiber and starch. The human body craves pure animal protein and fat. That is the fuel that sustains wildness, strength, and mental clarity. Whenever a person feels even the slightest craving for noodles, rice, or steamed buns, they should remind themselves, that is the food of farmers, the taste pursued by domesticated creatures. Humans are not domesticated. Humans are wolves roaming the grasslands, not sheep penned in fields. Pure meat eaters are not belittling anyone. They are simply choosing not to walk the path of domestication, opting instead for a more primal, more powerful path that stays closer to instinct. That sense of superiority is not directed at others, but is loyalty to their own choice. Eat meat, drink bone broth, stay strong, and reject the enslavement of carbohydrates.